I'm Brad West. I work for Genesee Construction. I'm a heavy equipment operator. I run dozer, excavator, payloader, asphalt. Actually, in school, I studied to be a carpenter, and actually went to college for a semester and to play baseball. Actually, that didn't work out, so I needed a job, and construction was the most available. So I started out as a laborer, then went to pipe man, and then eventually got my shot to operate. So yes, so you can go to BOCES. They have the skilled classes there. Forestry, I believe it's called. You'll get time on equipment there. I'm a firm believer of on-the-job experience, to tell you the truth. I'd rather get paid to learn than to actually give someone my money to have them teach me. So if you started with Genesee Construction as a laborer, Larry has many programs. He has a written program, and then you can actually do a practical test for each equipment. If you wanted to, all you'd have to say is, Larry, I would like to learn how to run the skid steer, or Larry, I'd like to learn how to run the loader. He would have a written test for you, and then you would do a practical either on site or at the shop. Some of the biggest challenges is deep utility work, or if you're working around overhead wires. With the deep utility work, you're dependent on hand signals. You can't always see, so it gets a little stressful. But you take your time and be safe, and you get the job done. So as a young operator with this company, you would start right around 50,000. But obviously, the more pieces of equipment you run efficiently, the more you'll make. I would say the most important is, believe it or not, is be humble. Don't be afraid to start as a laborer and then jump into be a pipe man. Because a good operator actually knows what the guy in the ditch needs, and if you're actually in the pipe or in the ditch, as an operator, you know what that person needs. So, and then once you become an operator, don't be too confident, because that's when mistakes are made, and you could hurt someone. So be humble. If you're laying water line or sewer line, you're obviously with a group of people. You got a guy in the ditch, you got a top guy, you got the loaders feeding you with stone. There's other pieces of equipment around you, so you got to be you got to pay attention with your surroundings. But if you're stripping topsoil with a dozer or doing cuts and fills in a 50-acre site, those are the times you're pretty much by yourself. So safety is number one, obviously, but yeah, you just got to be efficient. You want to look at the end of the tunnel. Get the big picture, just don't be, see it as a whole. We also have GPS, so that actually is a blueprint in your machine. So I mean, you see, I could pull up and see the whole job site. I can see cuts and fills, like this. I got grades, subgrade, finish grade, so it's come a long ways with GPS. So yeah. I'm like a kid in a sandbox, with big toys. It's just, it's nice to develop a piece of land from either flat land into hilly land, or if you do cuts and fills, you make it flat, and just the end result, and step back and say, hey, I was a part of that.